about to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know.
What's up, guys? I'm Tony Wodarck. I'm a wedding photographer out of Southern California, and today I'm going to talk to you about what's in my camera bag. Or bags, I should say. This is pretty much all my gear. This is going to just go through my digital setup. So I shoot a mixture of digital and film. Tomorrow's wedding, I'm going to shoot just digital, and so I just wanted to show you what goes inside my digital bag. Let's jump in. I slept on my neck weird and it's jacked. Alright. Oh my gosh, I can't even. I'm like a Zoolander, I can't turn left. This is my go-to camera bag. This is the Chrome backpack, the Nico backpack. This is the first generation. They came out with a newer generation. And I love this bag. I've had it for 2 or 3 years, and I know a lot of people who jump through a bunch of different camera bags, but I've just loved this one, and it's held up really well. It's just made super durable, and it's just survived a lot of different conditions. So I'll show you kind of how I pack this. As you can see, there's different compartments. You can reorganize them inside here. And then there's a really nice spot in the top that I like. So this will be all my camera equipment. So this will be my body, my lenses, and then just any other essentials I need. So this one will kind of be with me the entire day. These other bags, some of them will never get used, and some of them are just backup, but I'll go through the rest of those after this. For lenses, I use the 35mm and the 85mm. I love just shooting 2 bodies and having just a wide and a telephoto. So here's the 85 lens. I'm filming with a 35 lens right now, so that will go in my bag. And then tomorrow's wedding's at a church, and sometimes there's restrictions on where you can stand. And so I love having the 70-200. This is the 2.8 version 2. I just love having a longer lens for those conditions. This lens is super sharp, really nice for processional shots because it tracks focusing really well. It's just got some beautiful bokeh, and it's just a great lens. I pretty much only use it during the ceremonies though, just because it's so heavy, and I'd rather shoot with the 85 just because I feel like it's a better portrait lens. So this is a big honker. It's gonna take up a lot of part of my bag. Then I have the Canon 5D Mark III. So this will be my left side camera, and that's usually what the telephoto's on. And then my right side camera will be my Canon 5D Mark IV, which I'm filming with right now. And that will be my 35, which is kind of my go-to. If I was only gonna shoot one camera body, I'd shoot the 5D Mark IV with the 50mm 1.2L. I actually sold my 50, so I don't have that today. I'm looking at getting the Canon EOS R. I'm hoping they're gonna announce a new one soon, and so I can get that and shoot just the RF 50 1.2 on that. I've heard it's an amazing lens, and I want to transition into the mirrorless setup because I want to just be shooting mostly film cameras and then one digital body. So yeah, that's going inside there. Some other stuff that's in my bag, I use the Hoya macro filters. So I've got +2 and +4. So all it is a magnification glass, and it fits on my 35, and I can just screw this on and take a lot closer of a photo to whatever my subject is. So it basically turns whatever lens you have into a macro filter. You can stack them too, so you could put a +2 on top of a +4 on top of your lens and get really close, like talking that close to your subject or something. And so for ring shots and for details and stuff, these are really nice. And then if you have a portrait lens like the 85, these don't fit the 85, but you can get different size ones. This has a 0.85 meter minimum focal distance, and so that's like a little close to 3 feet. And so if you want to get closer than 3 feet to your subject, you could put like a +2 on there and get, 1.5 feet or so to your subject. And so you can just get a lot closer. Being able to get really tight on some shots helps add depth to your overall wedding gallery. And I think just getting textures and details that are really close when you look at those later, it makes you feel like you're there and you can actually touch and feel different fabrics and textures and florals and all of that stuff. I think it really helps add to it. So this way I don't have to have a macro lens. I'm trying to limit the amount of gear I have. I know it doesn't look like it, but I don't have the 100, I think it's a 2.8 macro lens that Canon makes. It's an amazing lens, but this basically gets me away from not having to use one of those. And then those are typically in my Holdfast bag the entire day. So I just drop those in there and I can pull them out at any time and turn my lens into a macro lens. Okay, other stuff. I made this like emergency kit basically, and it's pretty much just batteries, but there's some other stuff in here. So tons of different batteries, some backup SD cards, backup CF cards, and then a rocket blower, a lens cleaner, more backup batteries, and then I've got lens cleaner, microfiber cloths. I've got some backup Holdfast tripod mount screws, and so those are nice to have in there. I've got gaff tape, which I actually use quite a bit. I probably need to get another roll of that. And then I've got a SD external hard drive, and I've got a couple cords that I would probably forget elsewhere. And so it's just really nice to have. Basically batteries is the most important thing, I think, to me, and then also cards. Obviously I have a ton of cards with me, but if I know I have this, I know I have like a backup of everything. Other things in here, I've got mints and gum. I offer these to bridesmaids and groomsmen and my clients all the time, especially after dinner when you've got kind of salmon breath or whatever, you've got some sort of weird food on your mouth. Like, it's really nice to have these before the first kiss, all these things. It's just nice to like have a mint. People are super excited when I pull these out, and I am as well. I've got these Pelican SD and CF card cases. They're probably empty right now because I need to load them up, but you can see they just hold them really nice and tight, and it's waterproof and super durable. So those are nice to have. I also put my name and phone number on here, and it says reward if found. Some other stuff I have in my bag. Cash, always nice to have. I think the most times I use this is usually valet. When I'm at a nice hotel or something and they have valet and I valeted my car, I never have cash on me, and so I know I always have some cash in my bag. I usually carry a plethora of different bills. I guess I've been using it all, so I need to restock it, but just nice to have cash in your camera bag. Maybe you need to kind of hire an assistant for 5 minutes, you know, you need someone to hold a flash for you or something. It's nice to have a little cash to just kind of grease the wheels. So definitely hide a little cash in your camera bag, it goes a long way. And then I've also got a knife. You never know when you need a knife. Get in a fight. I've never been in a knife fight, but usually to like open something. That's usually when I use it. Or like cut off a branch or something, or some shrubbery or whatever if I want to use it for some detail shots or something. Just good to have a knife. That's pretty much it. And then I've got a bunch of batteries hidden throughout my camera bag, but yeah, that's pretty much my camera bag itself. And then we're gonna jump into the rest of this crap too. Okay, next up we have the Magmod bag. I just got this during Christmas time. They had a pretty good Black Friday sale, and so I got a decent deal on it. All this stuff is not cheap, but what I love about it is it's really well made and it's super easy to use. And I think, to me, if something's not easy to use and I'm not super comfortable with it, I'm just not gonna use it during the wedding day. Wedding days are so fast paced, and you just need to know your gear really well and be really comfortable with it. And this has been really easy to use. And so I've just been loving bringing this bag and using this at weddings. So what's inside here? This is a 24-inch or 26-inch softbox, 24-inch softbox. It's got a magnet adapter back here, and you can attach your flashes or whatever to it. And I just love this. It creates really nice soft light for first dances. I'm also going to use it for portraits more this year. I haven't been using a softbox for portraits. I usually use natural light or flashes, but this really just helps soften the light. So this is really nicely made, magnets, all that jazz. If you don't know Magmod's products, you should probably get on their products because it's really easy to use. Then in the back part here, there's like extra storage. So you've got these little things. This is the mag grip, I think it's called. And this connects to your flash, and then it's got magnets in it, and then it can magnet to everything. So that's one on a flash. So for flashes, I have the Yongnuo 564s, and I've got a couple of these, and I usually shoot them off camera. I'll connect them to this softbox or throw them up on a tripod. One of them I want to have an on-camera flash, because when I'm walking around the reception, people will be like, oh, can we get a group photo? That's kind of the first time that people will be able to talk to me, because the rest of the day I'm with a couple running around with them the whole time. But then when I get to the reception, I'm by myself. They see that I'm the photographer and they want to get a photo together. And so I want to have a camera that has a flash on it, and I'm ready to go and just get a group photo real quick. So I'll use this combined with one of their mag spheres. So that just magnets on really nicely. And this is kind of just a diffuser that really softens the light. You can bounce it, and that's really nice, or you can kind of shoot it straight on or angled, and it just creates a lot nice, softer light. This is my trigger that I use. This is a 560TX. So this controls these flashes off camera. This thing's cool. This connects to this, and it's just really quick, already locked in. Drop your flash in there, it's magnets. So it goes like that, locks in there, and then this magnets to that, and you've got yourself a softbox. Pretty nice. So your second shooter can just hold this up and get some really nice shots, or it's got a tripod mount right here, and so I usually just put it on a tripod. First dances, that kind of stuff. It's really nice to have that. And then you got gels too, so you can just pop that gel in there, and you know, quarter CTOs, blues, all that stuff. I like to use gels if there's like orange string lights or whatever. I like to try to balance my softbox color to that, or my flashes as well. So these mag spheres have a little spot that you can kind of drop in a gel like that, and then you can just drop it on, and then now you have a gel on there. So really nice and easy to use. They also make a little holder, because that took a couple seconds, but they have a holder, and that's magnets too, and like that. And then I use the grid a lot. The grid basically focuses your light, and so there's less spill. And so if you ever shoot flash and it just kind of does that big circle around people, this kind of focuses it, so it just hits your subject and kind of falls off the rest. I really like that look with this. This whole setup right here, a gel, a grid, and a mag sphere gives a really nice look. It's almost like a softbox, but definitely not as soft, but it gives that really nice, softer light, and the no spill. I think I really like that look. So you just kind of get a little bit of ambient light, and then whatever your flash is brightening up. So this is a good setup right here. This is what I kind of my go-to. Got more gels in here. Got extra batteries in here. That's pretty much it. That's kind of this bag. So this kind of comes with me at the reception, and if I need it for other parts of the day when it's dark inside or whatever. Okay, you still with me? What else I got? I've got a bunch of Holdfast stuff. I'm a Holdfast ambassador, and I just absolutely love their products. They're super well made, they'll last you your lifetime. This is a 3-camera harness, and so I've got the medium wide pouch, really nice little magnet clasp. Again, magnets are my friend, and then it's really soft inside. It's got this little divider pouch, and so I can throw lenses in here, throw a flash in there, throw my macro filters, snacks, whatever I need. I just have extra space that I'm carrying with me. And then this harness basically holds camera here, and then if I'm doing 3 cameras, so a lot of times when I'm shooting film, I'm shooting 3 cameras, I'll have a 3rd camera on the front across my chest. So this is really nice to use. Sometimes I have a 4th camera, don't tell anybody. So yeah, that's my 3-camera setup. Tomorrow I'm gonna be shooting 2 cameras, so I have a 2-camera setup. basically just doesn't have the D-rings. You can choose to have with D-rings or without D-rings. I had longer hair, and so your long hair can actually get caught in those D-rings. I also just like the look a little bit sleeker without the D-rings, and so if I don't need that third camera, I usually use this one. This is kind of my go-to, just 2 camera, and then I'll still connect the pouch right there. So yeah, that's kind of my 2 camera setup, so I'll be using this tomorrow. And then sometimes if I'm like at the reception or something, if I go down to 1 camera, I have the Holdfast Moneymaker Solo, which you can just carry 1 camera with. So yeah, I love Holdfast gear. I have a link below if you want any of this stuff. I'll link up all my gear. And yeah, if you buy through me, I get a little kickback, so help a brother out. Are you still with me? I already asked that, but I feel like I'm just rambling. Okay, this is the Chasing Stone styling mat. It came with a linen bag, which is really nice. And I have the Kiss albums, Kiss. They make a styling mat as well. This is cool, this little like magnet thing. It's like a slap bracelet. So this is the Kiss Albums styling mat. It's just a suede, like a light gray, which is nice. And then I've got a dark gray, which is nice. It's basically, I like having a lot of contrast with the invites and the flowers. So if I have bright flowers, I want a darker backdrop. If I have dark invites, I want a lighter backdrop. And so just kind of, I don't know if any of that made sense. I like to have high contrast between my subject and the backdrop. And so if I have bright white invites, I like to use the darker one. If I have darker invites, I really like this from Chasing Stone. This like really cool textured surface, like it literally has texture on it. I forget what this, Santorini, I think is the color name of this. It's just white with a little bit of like pinkish beige speckle in it. But yeah, this is really cool and just makes for a real nice subtle backdrop. I love to use the place that I'm at aesthetic. So if they have really cool wood or cool tiles or any of that, that's my go-to. And so when I go and first walk in, I'll scope it out and see if there's something good in good light that I can use. Because that's another thing. I don't want to shoot bright sun. I want to shoot in either shade or like dapple light or something that I can work with a little bit more than just bright sunshine. And so I like to find a cool backdrop that adds to the story, but it also needs to be in good light. If I can't find that, I have these in my truck. And so these don't usually come in with me unless I feel like I haven't found anything great that I can use, especially if they're getting ready in a hotel room and I only really have the hotel room to use. I'll probably bring these in and use that just so I'm not shooting on like a hotel room carpet. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We're almost done. Last bag I have this is kind of a backup. Again, I don't really take this out, but I have it in my truck just in case. I got these lights. These are the newer NL660s. So you've got an LED light. 660 imagines the number of lights or something. I don't know. But basically you have dimmers on the back and you can go 3200 to 5600K. So it can get pretty warm and just really nice. And these are great. Continuous lights are great when I'm working with videographers. They usually bring their own continuous lights, especially at receptions when it gets dark. They need continuous light. I like having continuous light too, just because I know I'm trying to work in unison with the videographers. And so if I'm just popping flashes the whole time, they're gonna see that in their video and they're gonna have to work around it or whatever. And so I would rather use continuous light too, during certain parts, during speeches, dances and that kind of stuff, if I can, where we're trying to shoot the exact same thing at the exact same moment. I just love having these in my truck, and if the videographers need more or they don't have them and we want to use these, I have them. So these aren't too expensive. Basically 2 of these. So the other one I'm actually using for lighting me up right now. So I have 2 of these with 2 tripods and batteries. So you can either plug it straight into an outlet, or they have batteries that last quite a few hours. That whole thing was like $250 or something. So they're not that expensive. It's almost like the cost of a flash or whatever. So yeah, it's just nice to have. I'm using them for my YouTube videos right now, and they're just good to have. And they have these little cases and stuff, so that's cool. Other stuff that's in here, got a hanger. A lot of times I get to the dress and it's on a wire hanger, plastic hanger, or whatever. I've got this cool vintage hanger. The thing that I like about this too, if you're gonna go buy a nice vintage hanger, this is key, because you want to go set it on something and then boom, you can rotate it. So I would get one that swivels. Other stuff I have in here, I bought these on Amazon because I was about to shoot a wedding in the rain. Ended up not raining, thank God, but this is just a camera cover. So that's nice. Ooh, I've got this styling kit, I forgot about this. So styling kit, you can throw a bunch of stuff in here. I've got like ribbons, spools with ribbons. Oh, this is a good one. A hanger that's got the sticky backs, and so I can put the dress anywhere I want. This is a nice one to have. Ring boxes. These things are expensive. It's kind of crazy, but it's nice to have because the ring boxes the couples have usually aren't great. Clamps, if you need to clamp something up. Vintage stamps. Kind of a bunch of just stuff, which is cool. It's nice to have all this stuff when you need it, but at one point, I thought I was like a minimalist. When I was first starting out, I was like, I only need one camera, one blah blah, one lens, I can do it all. And then you realize how nice it is to have all this stuff and how helpful it is. Half of this stuff doesn't even come out of my truck, but I have it in there in case I need it, and I can I can tell my second shooter, hey, will you go grab my styling kit out of my black bag, whatever. And so I have all this stuff. It's really helpful to have. Even more flashes in here. Sometimes my second shooter doesn't have a flash. One breaks, whatever. More gaff tape. And then another key thing to have, snacks. So I've got assorted mixed nuts and chocolates and fruits, Lar bars, which are like all natural, Cliff bars, some other nut mixtures. These are just great to have. If you've shot weddings before, you know you're just kind of running and gunning and just you never have time to eat. And so take a handful of nuts, throw it in, grind one of these bars in a few seconds. These will keep you going. So super nice to just have these snacks for you or your second shooter. So yeah, I've always got this like emergency kit. So guys, that's it. That's everything that I bring on a wedding day. If you want me to do one of these for when I shoot film, please leave those in the comments below. If you like this, please like this video. It really helps when you like these videos because then more people get to see them, algorithm and that kind of stuff. But yes, it's too much gear. It's gotten crazy and I feel like I just keep adding to it. I feel like I'm in a really good spot, and so there's nothing that I'm like looking to grab. So it's just nice to have all this stuff. I like having it organized in different bags too, because then I'm kind of ready to go. Like I need my flash. Here's everything I need for flash. Extra batteries, my flashes, my mag spheres, my mag box, kind of everything I need is in this bag. Continuous lighting, this bag. I didn't even talk about this, but I have a bag for my tripods and there's sandbags in the bottom of it. Styling mat is separate. And then my camera bag is kind of my go-to. And so I like having the stuff divided because it is big, it is heavy to carry. And so it's just nice to have it divided and I can kind of bring stuff in and out of my truck or in and out of like a back room that we have our stuff stored. It's just nice to have all this stuff. I will say too, make sure you get gear insurance. This is $25,000 worth of gear, something like that. So get it insured. It costs you maybe $500 a year or so to get liability insurance and gear insurance. And that way you have peace of mind. Your stuff gets stolen, your tripod falls over, your camera breaks, whatever, you have it all insured. And so I would highly recommend insuring your stuff. Yeah, I hope this was helpful. The purpose of this video is not for you to go out and buy a bunch of new gear. It's really just to see what kind of gear that I use, and hopefully it helps inspire you to kind of figure out what you need. I would say as a must for shooting wedding photography, having backups of everything is a must. You can't just have one flash. You can't just have one camera body. You can't just have one lens. You need backups of every single thing, because I have 2 cameras. If one fails, I can go to one camera and shoot the rest of the wedding. I have a second shooter with me that has 2 cameras. If both mine fail, I have his cameras. I'll take his cameras, whatever. And so it's just important to have backups of stuff. And then the rest of the stuff is really just kind of what suits your wedding shooting style. I just like having a lot of stuff, so I'm kind of prepared for all situations. But really, it's up to you what you think is necessary. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions about any of the equipment, please drop those in the comments below. I'd be happy to nerd out with you guys about gear. I would love if you guys were gonna buy any of this stuff. If you use the links below, they're all affiliate links, and so I get like a small percentage of that. Some of the stuff's expensive, so you buy a camera through an affiliate link, maybe I get a few bucks. I can buy a beer, buy probably more camera gear is what I'm gonna end up buying. But yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want me to do a film version of this, please let me know. Probably gonna do it anyways, but yeah, I hope that helps. Thanks. You open this up like that. Drop your flash in here, it's magnets. And then this is a nice handle, and so someone, your second shooter could hold this up. What is going on? Why? I haven't had my coffee this morning, that's probably the first problem. Don't just wake up, brush your teeth, and start making videos.